In this video tutorial, I'm going to show you two different ways to use the new Regal numbers from the John Next Door collection. In the set, you will get all the numbers, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 0. So you can build any number that you want to, but you also get an outside line for each of them so that you can either cut them into the card or out of the card, but I'll show you that through the tutorial. So I thought a fun way to show this was to actually use the letters to cut in, or the numbers. So I've already used the Regal alphabet to cut happy into a piece of card here, and this is just a simple piece of 5x7 white crafts 2 linen card cut to size. And if you want to see how to do this, watch the video for the tutorial, or the tutorial video should I say, for the alphabet. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to randomly place the numbers like they're tumbling down around the card. So just going randomly down. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and we'll go 8 and 9 at the bottom, and these will simply cut into the card. So I'm just going to take a piece of tape and tape those down, tape down the two numbers at the bottom, and this will show you how you can cut these easily into card in any place. So here we've got 1 through to 9. I'm going to pop them through onto my plates and run this through my Kaleido, but depending on the length, these will fit through any of your die cutting machines, even your smallest ones, because each one is only 2 centimeters or 3/4 of an inch square. So you can see now we've got those cut through. Move our plates out to one side, just carefully remove your tape. So now we have, there we go, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8 and 9 at the bottom, tumbling down. And we could then put any colour behind this that we wanted to. So we could simply take a piece of pink and have it all in pink, or we could have it all in blue. It would make a really easy sort of birthday card. But what I'm actually going to do is I've cut some pieces of colours of card, and these are almost sort of ice cream colours, as I would call them. So we've got a sort of a tangerine, an apricot, a light pink, a blue and a sort of mauve colour. And I'm simply going to take the back of my piece, so on the back, and I'm going to add spray glue for speed on this one to make it that little bit easier. There we go. And then I'm just going to take pieces of card and I'm going to randomly stick them over. Now the card I have cut down to 3/4 of an inch, and that's exactly the right size to fit. So I'm going to start with the pink. So I think we'll have 3 pieces of pink, shall we? We'll do the 9. And then I'm going to go with a sort of mauve colour, and again cut those and just placing them over randomly. All you're going to see through from the front, and I think we'll just use the blue on this one. I won't use the other 2 colours. So we'll have the blue there and perhaps the blue there. So this is completely random. You can just use normal glue, but I find that the spray glue is so much quicker. Might bring in this little bit of sort of apricot colour. So I'm left with a colour there, and that needs to be not the same. So what shall we use? Well, we'll bring in the 5th colour. So if I turn this over, you'll see then we have the numbers in different colours sort of following down. And I'm going to do exactly the same with the letters for the happy. So we use the H, A, P, P, and Y. You see 3/4 of an inch just covers it. We can chop off the excess on the front really simply. I'll just clean off a little bit of glue there. And then I've got another piece of card. This is just normal card to just seal onto the back. So a little light spray glue. You could use a wet glue for this, would be perfect. Just to seal everything in and stop everything from moving. So there we have all the numbers tumbling with happy, but we want to work out which birthday it is. So I reckon this is going to be, I think this is going to be a 14th birthday card. So I'm going to take the 4 and I'm going to take the 1, and this time I want to use them on a scrap of white with the outside lines. So take a piece of tape, pick up the 1, hover over one of the outside lines and pop that down onto a scrap of white card. I'm going to do the same with the 4, so you can make this any birthday or event you want to. And pick it up with that one. And we'll pop that down. And again, I will just run these through my die cutting machine. And you'll see how you can get the letters this time to sit proud with a frame around them. So I'm just running those through. We'll take those off, save that for later. And you can see now, there's my 4 and there's my 1. So I've got those. Again, I could use a little bit of card on the back, but the easiest or the easier thing to do is to grab the colour. So I'm using the blue and I'm using the mauve. So I'm just going to take a little scrap of those, and to get the right squares, again, I can just use the outside squares, which will cut me the perfect backer for these. So again, run those through your die cutting machine really simply. And just use something like the glue glaze, or I'm going to use some spray glue. There we go, we'll pop those out. Make sure you put things away properly. I'm terrible for not doing that. So we'll turn our letters again onto the reverse. Little bit of spray glue. And you just marry them together. Far easier than trimming down. So there's our 1, and there's our 44. So we've got 14. And again, if you've got stamps or you've got the old numbers alphabet from John Next Door, which has the sort of TH and things on there, you can use those. I didn't really feel they would work in this set. So a little bit of foam tape on the back. So 1, and 4. You can see how they're raised beautifully. And then we'll add a little bit of foam tape just quickly on the back of this. And I've made a card blank up. And I've just matted and layered, so I've got 5 by 7, so this is 5.5, 7.5 with mats and layers. There we go, very simple 14th birthday card done using the John Next Door Regal numbers and the Regal alphabet. For more hints, tips and inspiration, why not visit the Crafting with John Next Door and Crafts2 group on Facebook.